In this series, we'll be converting this 2008 rusty Vauxhall Vivaro van into a camper, but with two things in mind. It's got to be stealth, it's got to look like every other van on the road, and it can't cost a fortune to convert. Let's go. Right, boys and girls, here is the start of the camper build. It's all been stripped out, back to bare metal in the back. There's just a few boards which we've got to remove, but we can do that at a later date. So basically, my first job is to find some timber which is the same height as this to go along the edges, and then we can get the insulation down, which is there, and then get the boards back on top, which are over there. Excuse the mess, it's work in progress, trust me. But yeah, so what I did off camera, I removed the bulkhead, removed all the ply lining because it wasn't fitted correctly. It was all misshaped and horrible. But yeah, so we've got a nice fresh start. So as you can see, the design of these, they didn't put these ridges right to the edge. So the problem being is, if we put, let me get this, if we put the board where, just say where the spirit level is, this end has got nothing. So what we need to do is find some wood to fill this gap. Right, boys and girls, the battens are in place. I'm just going to explain why I've done it like this. I wanted the insulation to be sandwiched between the boarding and the flooring, but I didn't want it to flop about and move and stuff, so we've done it like this. Also, with there not being any like strengthening parts round here, the floor would just dip and flop and do what it wants. So we basically levelled it all the same, so when the boarding goes on, it will sit flush. There'll be no dipping, flopping, so all that should be good. We've got rid of the step, don't need a step. So that is where we are at the minute. So the next job is to give it a right good hoover out. As you can see, I've already primed some areas. I wire brushed them and then primed it with some rust inhibiting primer, so that will prevent any rust coming through. And then get some sticks like shit in the holes where the original board was screwed down, and then we're good. And then we can do the insulation, get the boards on, and then we're getting somewhere. Let's go. Right, all the holes are filled. Now we're ready for the insulation. Let's go. Right, boys and girls, the insulation is in. I've just used some expanding foam on the awkward bits where it was a bit tricky cutting, but yeah. So all that's in. I'm going to wait for this to dry, then I'm going to tape the joints, and then we're going to start with the boarding. all taped up. I don't know if it's going to make a bit of difference to anything, but it looks more of a finished job anyway. So all that's done. Flooring. Now I've had to go and get some thicker flooring because the flooring what was down was 9mm and we needed 12. So I've got a sheet of that. Although it's not going to be enough to do it all, the old unit I took out already had some 12mm plywood in, so we can reuse that on the edges. So next job, get that in, see where we're cutting it, and go from there. Right, so I think that is where we're fixing the boarding, because I don't want to cut this fresh piece of ply, mess up and it not go. So what I'm thinking is we fix it here and then we cut some smaller pieces to go into there from the scrap bits off the unit what was originally in here. So I think that's a plan. The back piece is just too long, so I need to come as close to the back doors as possible. Can I reword that? No, I don't think I can. So I need to work out where the doors close, trim some off, screw it down, and then do some pieces for the sides. Sound like a plan? Right, I've had a change of heart about coming close to the back doors because what I was thinking is there's going to be a bit of movement in this with the rubbers and stuff. So what I've done is I've left a decent enough gap, not too big, but I think that's fine. Right, so these bits are really awkward, so I've made a cardboard template which fits in nice and snug, and then I will draw it onto here and then we'll cut it out and then see if it fits. Place your bets. If you think it's going to fit first time, I'm unsure. Let's have a look. Nope. After a little bit of tinkering, she pretty much fits perfect. So I'm going to get that screwed in and then do this side. Right guys, we are about a week on from the last clip. Now, I was waiting to get hold of a vapor barrier, which will finish the flooring. Now the reason I fitted the board in first was so I could get everything cut, and I needed to do some tip runs in between, so I didn't want to damage the polystyrene underneath. But what we're going to do is we're going to take the boarding back up and we're going to roll this between the polystyrene and the boarding. I'll probably spray glue it down, tape the edges, and that will give us a vapour barrier between the flooring and the van. So that is the next job. And then another job I want to sort out. When I'm driving, let me get it here. When I'm driving, something is rattling on the back. Now I don't know what it is, but it's bloody annoying. I think it's the back doors. Oh, and another update. It's looking a bit tidier in there. We've done like 3 tip runs, got rid of a load of crap we don't need. So it's actually looking a lot clearer and gives us a lot more room to work in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rip up this boarding and then we're going to spray glue, lay this vapour barrier down, get the flooring back on, and then that is pretty much complete. So let's crack on. Oh guys, I made a boo-boo. I put some stuff out for the scrap man when we was emptying the garage. I forgot it was there and I drove into it and scraped the van up. My fault, I wasn't looking what I was doing. Always use your mirrors. This is how Sunday should be, a Guinness while working on the van. God, I love it. Right guys, it's roughly 2 hours since I last left here and we have finally taped it all up, got it into place. Let's go. And it doesn't help that it's like 28 degrees or whatever it is. Anyway, let's get the boards in. Right guys, that is it for this episode. We have done the battens, the insulation, the vapour barrier and the boarding, so the floor is good to go. On the next one, I don't know what we're going to tackle. I might get some laminate down, and then when the cupboards and seating go down, it'll be a nice flush edge, there won't be any cutting to do. So we may do that, I'm not sure, but we do need insulation, which I haven't got yet. The only issue I've got is the insulation, how we're going to insulate this top corner part on both sides, because there's no access to really push insulation in. I've seen mixed reviews about expanding foam, so I'm not sure, but we'll come to that. At least the flooring's done. So if you guys have enjoyed it, please smash that thumbs up. It's greatly appreciated. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next one.